Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. It is December 31st, 2019. This is the last vlog of the year that I'm filming, although I'm going to upload it tomorrow. So technically it's the first vlog of 2020, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new decade, but it's the last one I'm filming this year. And today I'm just going to take a look back at all the amazing things that happened to me this year. It's just been a wonderful year. Basically a year ago now, I was a musician. I had a full-time job, but I was doing music sort of on the side, booking as many gigs for myself as I could, and I was getting kind of tired of, not tired of playing the same local venues, but tired of not being able to book more gigs than I did. So I decided that, I was 23, and it was now or never. If I knew I wanted to always be a touring musician, and I had a dilemma of not having enough gigs, so I figured, why not sort of expanding the reach of where I'm booking and the bars I'm asking for. And I had a friend, Bennett, who also was planning to go out on tour, and she had definitely a larger fan base than what I had at that time, and she was willing to take me out on tour, particularly on Vancouver Island and in the Gulf Islands, and I was really excited to do that. So at the beginning of this year, we started booking that, and long story short, now this year is over, which is hard to believe, but I've done 3 tours now. I did 3 tours this year, and hopefully even more this coming year. I did a total of 75 gigs. I released my new album, Once I Thought, which is not so new anymore. It's about 8 months old. It was brand new on the day I started this vlog, and that's a major thing that I did this year as well, is this vlog. You'll notice this is episode, I don't know, I want to say like 197 or so. I thought it might be cool to do 200 for the new year, but I didn't quite get 200 out, but we're almost there. I started this vlog May 1st, which was the day I became a full-time professional musician. And the day that I put out my new album, Once I Thought. So it was a great day to do that, and it was just this concept I had from some vloggers I liked on YouTube. I just thought, I don't know a lot of musicians that do something like this. In fact, I don't know any, at least locally, that I'm aware of, that do an everyday vlog. And it might be cool to even just for myself, have a record of everything I did every day, as it's been basically my whole career as a professional musician. Like I said, I started this on day 1. And I haven't stopped. Although after 100 episodes, I decided to lay back on the amount of episodes I put out. I stopped doing it weekly, and I moved to like more 4 or 5 days a week, but it will, or daily, 2, 4, or 5 days a week. But that's just through the winter. Again, this summer's going to be crazy, starting in April, and I'll be pretty much going back to day-by-day videos, so yay, that'll be exciting. But I can't believe I've produced almost 200 episodes of this thing. For the new year, I'm gonna put out a special playlist. In fact, I'll have it ready by the time this video is up. A special playlist of sort of the best of 2019 for my vlog. So if you ever find yourself wanting to binge my content, I'll make a perfect little playlist for that, because I did so many things. On that first tour with Leanie in May and June, I just got to play so many cities for the first time. Went out to Gibson's and Powell River, Quadra Island. We stayed in Campbell River for a long time, about a week, and we did 3 gigs there. And we played Courtney, and we played Duncan, and we played Nanaimo. Man, and this is all after starting out the tour April 13th at the Wolf Bar here in Maple Ridge, which was one of the true highlights of this year. One of the most incredible gigs I've ever been a part of. I was the last guy to go on out of 3 singer-songwriters, and it was an awesome night. A lot of my friends and family in the audience, as it was a local event. And then from there on, we went out to the islands and did that trip. And then after that, Lean and I went to the interior, and we played Salmon Arm, Kamloops, Kelowna. And then we finished off the tour in Whistler and did a couple of radio promotional things, and by June 10th it was over. And it actually It was just over a month that we were really on the road, from May 4th to June 10th. And but at the same time, as it kind of flew by and felt like a really long time at the same time, because I'd never done anything like that. I'd never in my life bounced around city to city. It felt like I was backpacking, although we got to stay with some awesome people that let us use their house even. And then after that, I came back home, spent a couple months just trying to book as many local gigs as possible. I did get the chance to go out to Nakusp and Nelson on a family trip, and I did an awesome gig at the place called the Royal in Nelson, and that was a fantastic gig. And then in August, I reconvened with Leanie. We went out, we did it again, and we played a lot of the same cities. You know, we did Duncan, we did Nanaimo, Gibson's, Powell River, but we played some new cities that we hadn't the first time around. Cities like Sechelt, and I played a gig on Galliano Island that was amazing, and we played Port Alberni, and it was fantastic. Just a great experience to go out and do it again. And September, I was able to pack with local gigs, and then October I did sort of a last hurrah. I didn't want to tour through the winter. But I set myself sort of Halloween as sort of the end date for touring. I said I could go as far out as I want until Halloween. And so in October, I wound up doing a series of concerts in Alberta and the eastern half of BC. So I played in Calgary, and then I backtracked to Fernie, BC, and then I went up to Red Deer, Alberta. I went up to Edmonton. I didn't play a show in Edmonton, but I hung out in Edmonton for a bit, and then I finished off the tour with a gig in Jasper, and I left my speakers there, which was funny. I left my PA speakers there, and thankfully another musician who was out on tour and coming back to the West Coast was able to return them to me, which was invaluable. That whole saga was on this vlog as well. That was funny. And then I did the interior again, did Salmon Arm, Kamloops, and Kelowna one more time. And in November, went back to Whistler and then finished the tour the exact same way it had begun, by playing with Leanie Bennett at the Wolf Bar here in town again, and had an equally awesome time, and it was excellent. And I've been just doing local stuff ever since. In the last couple of months, I've discovered performing at senior centers, and that's gone really well for me. And I've just been booking and planning ahead for 2020. 2020 is going to be amazing, but I'm going to talk about my plans for 2020 in tomorrow's vlog. I also wanted to talk about things that I don't want to just totally make this like self-aggrandizement. Things that maybe I wish I had done in 2019, and I would say I probably wish I'd written some more songs. I wrote a few good songs that I like in 2019, but I didn't get the volume of new material that I wanted. That's the thing about being a songwriter is, especially a relatively new songwriter is not used to doing it as a profession. You feel like, you know, how can I just make it so ambition magically comes to me to write songs? I thought immersing myself with music on the road would lend to more songwriting, but I really found that I work best as a songwriter out of my own house, because there's so many stresses and there's so much not only traveling and such to do when you're not on stage on the road, but planning and getting to your next thing, and the logistics are crazy. And I almost don't even usually have time to sit down, because when I sit down with a guitar, I'm practicing for the next gig. I don't have time really to stop and write songs, although I did work on it a little bit, but I was surprised by how little of that I got done. But that'll have to be a big 2020 goal. That'll be real. I'll make sure that in 2020 I don't repeat that, and I write a whole bunch of songs, because I'd like to get a new album out at some point. I know my new album just came out 8 months ago, but I don't like the idea of putting out an album every 3 months like a lot of artists do, or every 3 years, excuse me. I find that a lot of artists release an album out every 3 years or so, which totally makes sense, because it's not a particularly lucrative thing to do, to make albums, and but I'd like to get as much music out there as possible. But yeah, so much to do to plan for 2020. So many cool things I'm going to be doing. I'll talk about that in tomorrow's vlog, but right about now it's getting to be time. It's time to count down the new year. I cannot wait.
Okay, we're about to hit midnight. So exciting. I'm so excited to be in the 20s.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.